I pull into this, and there's this, but there's also this, and if you put these pieces together, it's kind of this.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
This, it's right here.
If you're pooping alone, you're doing it wrong. Don't poop alone, poop with friends. It's the number 2 show.
Welcome to the number 2 show, the only show made by people on the toilet. For people on the toilet. I assume everyone online is on the toilet all the time because that's where I spend most of my time online, is just sitting.
And if you're not on the
Scrolling.
toilet right now, please stop what you're doing.
Yeah,
Get on the toilet.
get on the toilet.
And either, whether or not you need to use it,
Yeah.
I would very much appreciate if you only watch this while on the toilet, because that's how I'm going to watch it back.
This is an only toilet exclusive episode. So
Only toilets.
if you're not on the toilet right now, get on one as fast as you can.
No country for old toilets?
No,
No toilets left behind?
no toilets left behind. Toilets of the third kind.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Jurassic toilet.
All right, I'm in.
We could do this all day. Well, so I have sitting with me Brandon Lay, a Bethlehem area local filmmaker with aspirations for greatness beyond just the Bethlehem region, I think.
Yeah, I would love to be making movies, stick in Bethlehem, and make movies where just wherever I want to go. Like, I don't want to leave Bethlehem
Yeah.
to be like, oh, I'm bound for Hollywood. Like,
Yeah.
that's not me. But I don't want to only make movies in Bethlehem.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I love Bethlehem being my home. Genuinely love it. Yeah.
Bethlehem is honestly a great town.
It's awesome.
It really is.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's had quite the history of filmmakers come through it. I mean, you know, obviously a lot of Brandon stuff features Bethlehem. Daniel Roebuck
Mm-hmm.
just made a movie there. I believe.
Yeah, he makes his movies pretty much in Bethlehem,
Yeah.
like the Lehigh Valley area.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's, I mean, I believe it's called the Christmas capital of the world, maybe?
Sure, that sounds like a thing.
Completely improvising
It's
here.
definitely. I live in the Christmas city. Bethlehem is definitely like I'm in
Christmas
historic.
city.
I'm in
Yeah.
historic Bethlehem. So
Yeah.
like historic Bethlehem is the Christmas city
Yeah.
because it's like I'm on Main and Market. Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like on the corner. So I'm dead center of the Christmas city every Christmas.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So what's the best place to get Christmas goodies in Bethlehem?
Oh, gosh, I'm the worst person to ask. Like, I live in the Christmas city, but not because I'm excited about it being Christmas. Like,
That's
to get
fair.
Christmas goodies. Well, last year, I don't know about Christmas goodies, per se, but I can say last year I filmed for a mutual friend of ours, Kate Hughes.
Yeah.
She asked me to help out she was working the Christmas tree tour
Okay.
in Bethlehem. So she had me film all the trees and film a couple of the women that like made the trees. It was like a sponsorship thing where people would sponsor these trees.
Yeah.
And then this club of women like actually like designed these trees, like,
Yeah.
you know, how everything looked and everything. And so while I can't tell you where the best goodies, like specific Christmas goodies are,
Yeah.
that is definitely a big thing in Bethlehem. I was surprised how big of a thing it is. Like people
Okay.
travel for out of state
Yeah.
to come visit these Christmas trees and do like the little walking tour and everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
So if you're a Christmas tree stand, check out Bethlehem.
it's the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Bethlehem
Mm-hmm.
and just the whole scene there, you've made quite a few films in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been doing filmmaking?
Okay, so doing filmmaking.
I know that's a very broad
No, it's fine.
way to define it.
Yeah, no, I mean most of my life. I had a project all the way back in like high school, middle school ish, and where I made like a little film, but my dad mostly took it over. Like my dad was like, we did like an Arthurian legend, and middle school it would have been, yeah, middle school. We did the Arthurian legend, but he played Merlin and like did all the Merlin-y things.
Okay.
So it was basically like a fun vanity project for my dad.
Yeah.
He had a blast, and we kind of had a blast.
Yeah.
And my friend Mac Deeds and I was King Arthur, and he might have been Lancelot or Percival. Like, he was one of the knights.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about like what we did.
Yeah.
I remember we lost. We did not get best film. Somebody else was doing like the Spartans or something like that, and they kept cutting to video game footage of like people fighting.
Yeah.
And like to give it scale. It was a very cute idea, and I wouldn't have given us the award anyway, because again, it was mostly my dad being Merlin and us like being two kids pretending to be Arthur and Lancelot.
Yeah.
And so I remember doing that, and then in high school, my best friend and I did have complete control over. We were the only people in our entire communications class that got our film done, and like everybody else was aiming to do a short, and we did a feature film.
Wow.
The Adventures of Spartacus and Phil. That's a real thing. About 20 people have seen it, and about maybe 21 will see it ever.
Okay.
Because I don't know that we'll be showing it ever again. I'm sure we will. Someday. Someday we'll show it again. But yeah, we were 17 and 18 while we were making it. Like 17 going on 18.
Yeah.
Because it took most of the year. But we got our whole film done. We were the only ones that got ours done. And we also did a comedy. We had everybody in it. Like, and it was there was like a sequence where the bit was... you know, we were both geeks in school. And so, but the bit was that Phil, my best friend, who, very handsome guy, tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah.
He wouldn't say that about himself, but I'll say that about him.
That's right.
And I was like always kind of heavy set, and both of us though were really awkward. But in the movie, it gave us this great excuse to talk to pretty girls, because we had this sequence in the movie where the bit was that he would come on and hit on them with like a really, really bad pickup line, like be really, really intense. And Phil is one of the funniest people alive. And so he would hit on them, and then they'd smack him in the face, and they'd do a stage slap.
Yeah.
And then the joke then became, then I would walk by or just be like chilling, doing nothing. And then he'd be like, hey, what's your name? And then like we'd walk off. And that was like, but the funny thing about it was everyone was so excited to do it.
Yeah.
Because like all they had to do was react to a bad pickup line and then pretend to smack somebody.
Everybody loves smacking people.
And it was perfect. Like it was just one after all the, this is terrible, but like all the, like any girl we thought was cute in high school, we were like, hey, so we're making this movie. And so it was just like the best part of the movie, in fact, is this little sequence where this is like consistently happening. But we like do a callback or two with it. And then, but we also got our teachers involved. Like our teacher, Mr. Flynn, and when this is posted on social media, I'm 100% going to tag him, that I mentioned him in this, agreed to play our main villain.
Oh.
He played the fifth Beatle. And he's Irish, and I don't remember any of the joke beyond that, other than that he was supposed to be the fifth Beatle, and he was mad at us for some reason. And I remember we did a special effect where he was at his podium, and he like pushes it to one side, and Phil or somebody was like underneath the line of the camera, and like moved it when he went to push it, so it looks like he like is super strong and like pushed it away. But it's so bad, like the movie is so bad. And all the best bits were using music we didn't have the rights to.
Of course.
And doing a lot of... Like, there was actually some genuinely little funny bits in it. Filled out with a movie where I was, like, very focused on, like, the construction of storytelling. And I was like, this needs plot. And so, like, I would have scenes where it was just, like, us talking to move the plot along.
Yeah.
Which were terrible. They were just terrible, and no one was there for that. It was basically just, when do we get to the next little funny bit?
Yeah.
That were only so funny. But they were funny enough that, it was funny, like, senior high school, college.
Yeah.
And then it was a bunch of theater in college. And then the first real movie I made, where it's like, that was... Spartacus Phil was for fun, but the first one where I was like, I wrote this, and now I'm directing actors and getting people together. Another shout out to Jason George of King Coffee in Emmaus.
What's
Jason
up,
George.
Jason?
I will never, like, I cannot wait to just, like, always shout him out, because here I am, this kid, and I got no money, no anything, and he loans me all of this sound equipment and filming equipment to just go and make a movie. He was just like, I know you're excited about this, and I'm not using it here.
Yeah.
and by no means was it good equipment. But but
But it was equipment.
but it was equipment. It was
Yeah.
equipment that I would not have been able to afford by myself or even get my hands on
Yeah.
in any kind of real way otherwise. And he was like, use it for as long as you need. And it wasn't bad equipment. I was bad at using it. It
Yeah.
wasn't great equipment. It wasn't like professional equipment, but it was
Unlike
solid.
what we're filming on here. It's
I mean,
very,
yeah, for sure.
very professional. GoPro.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then over the winter, it would have been 2006. So it was 06, I want to say, is when we were filming it. Yeah, 06. We filmed. It was deadly cold, and it was all one location.
Yeah.
And we finished it. It was bad, but it was bad. But we finished it.
Yeah.
Full on finished a feature film at 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like I wrote it, I got people together, I got them passionate about doing it, and a bunch of people took it very seriously, and we got it done. And even with how bad it is in so many ways, there's genuinely good moments of acting, like genuinely good moments. Like there are like especially my friend Jason Singer, who I believe is out in Philly for the longest time. We don't get to work on too much stuff together, partly because of that. And he's off doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And he's so funny. He would be perfect for your show. In fact,
Wow.
Jason Singer, come on my friend
Come on,
Johnny's show.
Yeah.
He's another one of the funniest people I know. As are you, actually, as a matter of fact.
God. Here's your money.
Thank you. I'll take it. I'm poor. But Jason Singer, he plays like a troubled character, and he's so good. Like
Yeah.
he's too good for the movie. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got it done, and there's like genuinely good moments in it, and like me, like trying to watch it objectively. Like if I were watching it and I saw some high school or first year college student make it, I'd be like, oh, there's something here.
Yeah.
It's bad, but there's something here. Like
Yeah.
this person knows how to tell a story, even if the story isn't really worth telling. And there's choices being made here, and like clearly someone's directing these actors because the takes are long and no one's making mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, So that was that, and then I took a long hiatus, living life and trying not to be homeless and that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's an important thing.
An important thing, and then I got very, very depressed and sold everything I owned.
Okay.
And worked a ton of overtime to buy filming equipment. This would have been about 2011, 2012-ish.
Okay.
And made the decision that this is the most important thing to me. If I could pick one thing, this. And when you're poor, you need to pick one thing. Like you can't get all the things.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm selling everything I own and I'm focusing on this, because if I don't succeed at telling stories, I'll know that I did everything I could. Yeah. So literally everything that was worth money, worked a bunch of overtime, got a crappy camera and editing software, and made another movie with a bunch of my friends, a bunch of vignettes, found out who was really still serious about it.
Yeah.
And then to finally get to your question, like when I feel like I made a movie, like that was actually like, I'm going to show this to people.
Yeah.
Was in 2014, was Macy on a Good Day, which is what I consider Living Proof Pictures' first film.
Okay.
Which is another feature. And like I made it with the people that were still serious from the previous projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did that name Living Proof Pictures come from?
It came from while making the film before Macy on a Good Day, which, by the way, the vignette one was called Victims of a Sun Shower. While making that, there was a song out around that time called Bulletproof.
Okay.
And music's not my thing, so I apologize. I do not remember the artist's name who made it. And what is it? LaRue. Boop cut. LaRue. You know, there was a song back then. But yeah, so the song Bulletproof.
Okay.
And I misheard it and thought the lyrics were, "This time, baby, I'll be living proof," which I thought was so aspirational.
Yeah.
Like, was genuine. I was like, that is so powerful. Like, you've been beaten up and beaten down, but you're going to be proof that you can get over it.
Yeah.
Then found out it was bulletproof, and I was like, those lyrics are, no offense to LaRue, trash. That's the exact opposite thing.
Yeah.
The exact opposite advice. It's, oh, I've been beaten down, so now I'm just going to be impervious to being
Right.
beaten down.
Yeah.
Which is a lesson, but not one I agree with. The idea of like, I come from nothing, I have nothing, and I'm like building up from that is the desire to want to be like, if you have stories to tell, if you have a passion to do it, you can be living proof doing it. So that's where that comes from.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I do appreciate. I've noticed on all the productions that I've seen you be a part of and champion and pioneer, it's very much been about the community aspect. Even just with the shout outs that you give and stuff, it seems like part of Living Proof Pictures' goal is to lift up those around you and support communities, be it Bethlehem, be it other things. But like you're always making an effort to like work with other people, bring in talent. You know, it's not just I'm Brandon, this is my show. And you do, you know, you have your vision and the way that you execute it, but it's a nice thing to see that you pull in people around you and you're uplifting and supporting those people too. That's neat to see.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I'm an egotist. I am. I'm like very like, and I am self-centered person in a lot of ways, and I think you need to have a certain amount of that ego to believe you can do it.
Yeah.
Because of almost how impossible it really is to make anything, to really actually go out and do something. And so for a long time, it was not necessarily the people I was working with, but it was very much the Brandon C. Lay thing. Like, and it still is to a certain degree. Like, I'm still telling my stories. Living Proof Pictures isn't bringing in other writers.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not
Right.
bringing in other directors. It's my films that I wrote and that the stories I want to tell. But I'm telling it with, like you said, a community of people. And it became, for a long time, it was like, my name is still on everything. But it was more like pushing my work. Like, here I am. Here's Brandon C. Lay. And then it became it was so freeing instead to be like, here's Living Proof Pictures thing.
Yeah.
Like, there are tons of people, which I appreciate and don't appreciate. There are tons of people that reach out with their scripts and other things like that to me because they've done no research into Living Proof Pictures. And while I appreciate that idea, that's not actually what it's about. You know what I mean? So, but then there are also people that like reach out, like performers and other artists and things like that. And I want a collaborative experience, and I want to bring in these people, and I want to bring in the right elements. But it's also not a matter of, well, I just want to work with that person, so they're going to be in it. Right. You know what I mean? It's like I have tons of friends, and it's like it gets to a point where, you know, I can't have everybody on everything, but I try to get as many people involved as I can, and I have my regular players and
Regular
stuff.
players, yeah.
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 And you know, I try to include everybody that wants to be included as much as I can, for sure. And I'm not interested in just like, most of my stories aren't about like middle-aged straight white dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not interested in telling stories about straight middle-aged white dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just because I'm a straight middle-aged white dude, like if that's the only stories I'm telling, like that's literally zero interest.
Yeah.
You know, so I like working with women. I prefer the company of women in general. You know, I enjoy your company too, but you know, and you know, I want a diverse, you know, wonderful group of creative people that like want to tell this story together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it didn't come from a place of I'm trying to give these people opportunities. It really didn't. It came from I want to tell this story, and it's like there are other people that want to tell it with me.
Yeah.
And so opportunities then come about. You know, I'll be honest, it's not coming from an altruistic place of like I'm trying to do good in the world. Even though I'm trying to do good in the world.
Okay.
I am trying to do good in the world, but like that's not like I don't start with what's a good message to put out into the world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
No, I understand that.
Yeah. It's like, how can I express this idea I'm seeing about the world? And I have something to say, and maybe it'll better things. But the goal isn't necessarily that. The medicine isn't it's not always like, oh, this is what people need to hear. Here it is. This is going to be what solves the problem. It's oftentimes it's about bringing up questions. It's about making people think about something from a different angle.
Yeah.
You know, and I like nothing more. I like nothing less, rather. In fact, I loathe most art that's sole purpose is to go out and do good, where it's just like, here's a good message, here's a happy message, here's what people need to hear right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's that usually has the adverse effect.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it becomes positivity porn. It becomes the like scrolling through Facebook and everything's just a happy message.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't actually think that really helps that much.
And it's not true to the experience of most people's lives.
Mm.
You know, there is a lot of, you know, struggling with things that goes on, and if you're looking at content that's out there and is, oh, this is so happy and everybody's so wonderful, and that can be tough to deal with as a person struggling with depression or, you know, any other mental health issues. It can be tough to see that and go like, well, damn, why doesn't my life look like that?
Right.
So I appreciate that your work tends to, from what I've seen, highlight, you deal with a lot of darker subject matters in terms
Sometimes,
of
yeah.
mental health, alcoholism,
For sure.
and you know, I think it's a message that needs to be put out there, that this is something that a lot more people struggle with, and you know, there are stories to be told about that for sure, not always just, you know, big hero comes in and punches bad guys and
For sure.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah, and that's it. You distilled that very well.
well, I try, you know.
You know, I talk for a whole bunch of time, and you're just like, there it is, and I'm just like, that's it. See, if I were better at being interviewed, I'd be like, boom, psh.
Yeah.
And instead, I go, I pull this, and there's this, but there's also this, and if you put these pieces together, it's kind of this.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
This, it's right here. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, and those are the kind of stories we're telling. I'm telling stories about mental health and addiction, and you know, a lot of those things go hand in hand. But it's not only being in a dark place. Like, I do try to tell multiple aspects of you know, the human experience and stuff like that, and give it that balance and whatnot. Because the other thing too is, there's a lot of people that are saying the same thing that I'm saying in some way or another, and then they go make depressing art, but it's still bad. It's still not actually getting at something. It's just like, you know, that some men beat their wives, and I'm like, yes, I do, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
But the movie about it is like, I don't believe the man doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't believe the abuse.
Yeah.
Because it's not framed in any kind of like human aspect. And that's just as bad as telling a story about, you know, fluffy things, about how wonderful everything is, and like how we're all sunshine and lollipops. It's just as bad art, in my opinion, to tell a story where it's like, life is terrible, and then like the people doing the abuse, like abuse is something that's dealt with in our work too, and but like dealing with abuse where the abuser is just a bad guy.
Yeah.
It's just so noticeably like someone, and oftentimes it's created by people that have gone through the experience in some kind of way, and so I don't want to take anything away from them by saying it's bad art. It sounds terrible for me, because it may be something they've really experienced and they want to get it out. And if they want to get it out with bad art, I want them to do that.
Yeah.
I really do. And that's it. And so when I'm saying bad art, I just mean like, if it's just them purging it, but it's not actually like getting at anything. Like, it's not really getting in there and like figuring it out and being like, how did this come about? Why is this?
Yeah.
What, like, and that comes from an amazing teacher, me and many of the people I work with, who came from Northampton Community College.
Okay.
I had two great teachers there, specifically in theater, which was Norman Roberts and Ron Hennigan, which taught very different ways, Norman and Ron. And one of the things that Norman did so beautifully was he had us exploring and justifying the behavior. And by justifying, it's not a matter of saying this is okay. It's definitely not being like, we're pro abuse and we're pro the baddies.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that. It's about understanding where it comes from.
Yeah.
And that's That's some heavy subject matter to be talking about on a toilet.
It is, but it's important subject matter. I think there is importance in showing the nuance of behaviors. I mean, like, so to reference a Marvel movie, to go completely out of the realm of movies that we're talking about.
I watched those too.
Good movies. You have a character like Thanos, who
Sure.
ultimately, bad guy, villain, wants to erase half the population. But he's a relatable villain in that you understand that like his perspective and where he's coming from. And so I think it is important in art as a whole, if you're dealing with these characters and subject matters that are these kind of dark places, that it's an important thing to represent the nuance of those characters and just not, this person is a bad person, but like, okay, you have to understand like how they got there. We can say these are bad things, but most of the time bad people in those situations of abuse and alcoholism and these addiction issues, substance abuse, they've come from a background and they have this journey that's led them to this point. And it's important to see that, because I think it's easy to just paint a broad stroke and say, oh, these people are beyond saving.
Right.
But there is, there can be salvation for those people in a sense,
Yeah. There's humanity in those people, and also it's not just that, it's that the hope is, if you're watching a movie about an abuser, let's say, let's use an example. I know that you either had or are going to have Sarah Cugini on the show.
Yeah.
And she gives a marvelous performance in a film that I know you've gotten a chance to watch, which was Cue Ball.
Yeah.
And in that, her character is dealing with a lot of mental health issues. And it's also speaking to a period of time in all of our lives when we were dealing with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And being stuck at home, and sometimes in relationships. And, there's a lot of stuff happening at that time of like people on social media and stuff like that, celebrities being like, we're all in this together. And it's like, okay, yes, but no.
Yeah.
Not everybody's experience is happening the same way, and, some people are having a hard time during the pandemic. I'm sure we all are to some degree or another. Some people are losing people. Like, some people are like losing loved ones. Other people are losing their battles with mental health.
Yeah.
Like, dangerously losing their battles with mental health, or falling back into very negative patterns, even if they're not fully losing their battle in some way.
Yeah.
And so the movie, in a very short period of time, it's one of the things that actually I'm incredibly proud of that piece of work, in large part because of Sarah's performance and Jeremy's performance. But I also feel like I got it. Like, I got what I wanted to say, and I didn't spoon feed it. And it's like, it's a distillation of something that I was really going after. And we had a day to shoot it. We were shooting it during lockdown.
Yeah.
And, but the whole thing is, it is a story about abuse in part, among other things. And and I feel like now, just because I've never physically abused someone doesn't mean that I haven't inadvertently mentally abused someone at some point in time or another. Like, I have hurt people in my life.
Yeah.
And, when you see something in a movie where the characters actually dealt with in a humane way, that they're an actually human being with dimensions, I think it's easier for us when we watch something like that, even when they're doing the most negative things, to see those things in ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's where the medicine actually is. That's where the hope for growth actually is, in communication with something like that, and seeing in ourselves what is being represented, and sometimes going into the darkest places. Maybe we have been there, maybe we haven't gone all the way there, but whatever space it is to go, oh,
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what art really can do, right? It can say that. It can say, I see you. It can say, I hear you.
Yeah.
And that's part of why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to be heard. I'm I'm doing it to be seen, but I'm also doing it so that other people can be heard and seen. So it's to bring it back. It needs to be both. I think to really get at something, I need to have that selfish side, that ego side, that it's all about me side, to really get at something honest. To be at that, and then be able to give that as a gift.
Yeah.
And be like, now it's not about me at all, and it's no longer about me. Like once it's done, now it's like asking me what a movie's about. It's like I can tell you what I tried to do, and now it's about a different thing.
Yeah.
And
I mean, so much of art is that way, that kind of subjectiveness of it. There's what the artist had in intention behind it as they were creating it, be it a painting, a poem, a book, a movie, and then there's what the audience takes from it. And I think there's truth in all of that. There's the truth of here's how I felt when I made it, but then there's the truth of, well, when I was watching it, I connected it to it in this way, and I think those are both equally true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it can change as you change.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. I love it. Nothing more than I love watching old work of mine and just seeing how it's changed for me, or watching it with people I made it with. Again, watching it with a new audience. It's that shared experience. It's really go to the theaters, guys.
Please
go to theaters. Like go to film festivals. If go watch it with an audience. If there's places where the artists that made it are there, go. Like please go. Like it's there's really nothing better. That's the way to do it, is to get it in that group experience. And it's so rare that we get to really have those. The last one we got to have, to segue, if you will.
Let's transition
to Finger Lakes Crown a little bit. It's just the fact, I got to share that with this humongous audience at Civic Theater last year, and we got a packed house. You know what I mean? Like it was like there was at least 235 people, I think it was. Wow. We didn't pack the house. There's still plenty of room in Civic Theater. We could have gotten more. I wanted to get more, but still 235 people or whatever it was. It was beautiful, and so many of the cast and crew's friends and families were there. My friends and family were there, but then on top of it, people that none of us knew were there. And all sharing in this experience of this film that's all about love and family, and I should say it was made with so much love. And my team really does feel like my family so often. And then to get to share it with the same family and other families, and just be in that space. It was a beautiful night. And that's they're the best nights. They're the ones that I wouldn't want it every day. But I could go for it once a month.
Once a month,
Once every other month.
Is that too much to have?
Just a big audience. That would be a live audience.
So let's talk about Finger Lakes Crown. This was a feature-length film that you made, and you said it's getting a release date very soon.
It is
in December.
Plugging time.
Yeah. So we're hopefully going to put this episode out, I don't know, a little bit before the actual film gets released, so people can look forward to and go, oh, well, I just saw an episode on that. Let me go check that out. But some incredible artwork by our mutual friend Tyrone Webb. Anthony Smith's artwork is featured in it. There was another lady who had passed away whose art was in it.
Yeah, that's dedication. There's one piece of artwork in it from my Aunt Debbie, not blood-related Aunt Debbie, but I dedicated the movie to my Aunt Fussy, who passed away when I was 4 years old, and so I never really got to meet her, but waves of her passing were a big deal in my family, because it was my mom's best friend, or one of her best friends. It was one of my dad's best friends. And they both loved her very, very dearly. And she loved me very dearly. I was 4 when she passed away, so unfortunately, I don't really remember her. But
her life has made an impact on yours.
For sure. And the painting that's in it is her painting, and it's one of the few of her work that survives. And I look at it, and she passed away, I believe she was 28, and so I'm older than she is now. And to think that she just didn't get the opportunity to make anything else. That there's just what she made what's left of her, and the pictures of her and the people that remember her is what's left of her. And so, yeah, I dedicated this one to her because it's all about artists, and it's about, you know, the lineage of art to a certain degree, and it's about that artist experience. And one other artist to shout out though.
Ryan Lutton.
No, yes, different artist. Yes,
Okay.
musical artist.
Musical artist Ryan Lutton did the soundtrack for the piece.
And I can't shout
Gorgeous.
out, yeah, right. I can't shout out Ryan
Absolutely
enough.
incredible.
Ryan's music is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is more Tyrone's story to tell, but since Tyrone's not here, I'm going to tell it and keep it short. It's just a really beautiful thing of like synchronicity, where Ryan, from like an improvisational place, made those pieces of music. Tyrone heard those pieces of music and listened to them while he was making his paintings. And his paintings are featured in the movie. While I was writing the movie, I was listening to Ryan's music.
Yeah.
And there are scenes of the person Tyrone taught, Therese Mosley, who plays our leading lady, Lemon Drop. And Tyrone taught her his methods so that she could convincingly be doing it on screen. And so there are moments in the movie where she's making the art that Tyrone taught her to make while the music that Ryan is created, you know, is playing. And it's like, I wrote this scene, I shot this scene, like knowing that Ryan's music's going to be involved, not necessarily which piece where, but yeah, Ryan's stuff is Ryan is like the hidden ingredient to that movie, because I've never met Ryan in person.
Yeah.
He lives in London, and we've only communicated with him online and everything like that. And it's such a huge component of the film. Yeah, it's his stuff's truly beautiful.
So who was the other artist you were going to shout out?
The other artist I was going to shout out is my friend Liam Loof.
Liam Loof, yes. Okay, yeah, I did see his name in the credits.
Yeah, and so there's many artists, and there's too many for me to name at the moment, are like featured in it throughout. Well, one other we can, because we're friends with him in person, is Mike Lebson's. Michael Lebson's, a couple of his stuff's in there.
Love Mike Lebson.
But yeah, the main three that actually their artwork is other people's artwork in the movie, is of course Tyrone's as the centerpiece. And then Anthony Smith, who you mentioned, is Jan Carlos's character's artwork in the movie. And then Liam Loof is Sammy's artwork in the movie.
Yeah.
And so their stuff is you know, all throughout there. And then my Aunt Debbie's is one painting that has a pivotal meaning and stuff like that in the film. Yeah.
It was a very beautifully shot film. I really enjoyed the cinematography of
Thanks.
it. Really enjoyed just the character and kind of the juxtaposition of Lemon Drop's character kind of moving through these relationships while dealing with the grief from this previous relationship that she had had.
Yeah.
And it was very cool.
Thank you.
I wish I could have seen it on the big screen with everybody else.
I'm hoping, what I'd really like to do is, while December 5th on Amazon, you definitely want to rent or buy it and contribute and see this movie.
Yeah.
For sure. But wherever you are in the world watching this on the toilet. But also, I would love nothing more than to like have one more reunion, like live screening. Is where really like several of our team members are like, we still have friends that didn't get to see it like at the thing, like so many. And what's funny is we actually got turned down from a couple film festivals, like local festivals, because we had our screening. And I was like, guys, you don't understand. Like, it's the opposite. Like, the fact that we had 235 people at that first screening does not mean we're not going to have an audience at the next screening. Right. Yeah. It means that all the people that saw all the pictures from that other screening, and like how many people were there, and like how many messages we were getting, when are you doing the next one, all that other stuff, we would have been able to go, we're doing our next one now.
Right.
You know,
this film festival.
Right. Yeah. It's right here. Here you go. Here are all our ticket sales. Yeah. You know, I've been doing the festival circuit thing for a long time now. And so I've come to realize, like, their decisions have very little to do with whether or not your film is good.
Yeah.
For a lot of festivals. And it's understandable, because they have to think about the audiences that come to their movies, what kind of draw they're going to have, the fact that they have time slots. and like we're making mostly features.
Yeah.
So giving up a time slot to a feature, the feature does have to be good. I know I just said that a lot of it's not about it being good or not.
Yeah.
But it's like it could be the best film in the world, but like if this is like a horror movie crowd, Finger Lace Crown is obviously not the movie for them.
Right. Yeah.
You know, Bitter Taste of Ginger is the movie for them.
Yeah.
Clench is the movie for them. You know, and that's great. But you know, so a lot of those things are made on a more like logistical business kind of standpoint, and I do not like playing the business game. But it's just because of doing it now for we've been doing film festivals since 2016.
Okay.
A Hole to China, 5-minute short, was the first thing that ever played at a festival.
Nice.
From the film race, 24-hour film race at Marietta International Film Festival, now Cobb International Film Festival. Another shout out. Richard Tavanero. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but I think I got it right. Was like the first person that gave us a shot. Like we got accepted because we did that film race. But anyway, since 2016, so almost 9 years now doing the festival thing, and so I've just started picking it up, like just realizing when and why we're getting into festivals. And now it's to a point where, you know, I have a certain amount of experience where I'm like, it's actually a poor choice for you to not accept the film.
Yeah.
Like there are times where I'm like, I totally get it, like no problem, and then there are other times where I'm like, guys, it would have been perfect. Like if you just communicated with me a little bit, it could have been. But yeah, like the business side is so actually uninteresting to me. Like I just want to make it, and then it only becomes about the business when I'm like, wait, what do you mean oh, okay. Crap, well now I have to figure something else out, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, all that to say, like I do want to have another screening of Finger Lace Crown, at least one more locally, to all the people that didn't get to have that shared experience. But I want them to do both. Like go watch it on your screens at home, on Amazon.
So check out December 5th.
December 5th.
On Amazon.
On Amazon.
We'll link it all over our Instagram.
Link it all over.
Let's pivot and talk a little bit about Clench.
Okay.
Clench is the most recent feature film that you've been working on.
Yeah.
Quite a long period that you guys have been working on it.
Tell me about it.
Sierra Saka as one of your producers and the lead for the film. So Clench, from what I've seen, so you should check out Brandon's Patreon, Living Proof Pictures Patreon. Absolutely subscribe to that to get behind the scenes content for the filming of his current projects and stuff. Lots of really cool stuff on there. The film library, so if you want to check out all the stuff we've been talking about, you can look at that.
You know, I should really talk that up more. I don't talk the Patreon up enough.
Yeah. You have a lot of content on there.
I have a lot of content.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
Some
getting
cool
the library
audiobook.
pass.
Yeah. Get the library pass.
So I don't promote the audiobook only because I never finished it. It was such a big, like, fun project. I was working on Viv and Pickle. You were one of the voices.
Yeah.
And that was such a blast. And if I had more time, it would be one of my main focus projects because it came from such a warm place. Like, I loved working on it. It was like a fantasy novel, but it was going to be like for young adults, but every book was going to get slightly more like adult as the characters aged, the kids aged. The books were going to get more adult, but it was like written youthfully, but like
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really.
So definitely check out the Patreon.
Check out the Patreon.
Absolutely subscribe to that. But so I noticed, like, looking at, like, obviously your earlier work as it grows into what you've been doing recently, your scale and the production quality and everything has just increased exponentially to the point where Clench, and I could be wrong here, but it looks like it's your biggest production to date in terms of the production quality, locations, props, just some, I don't know how much we want to talk about it, but like the clay faces featured are so creepy and cool and just incredibly well made stuff, and it's neat to see like that growth. But so, you know, I don't know how much you want to talk about
definitely
because it's still currently in
I'm happy
production,
to. So each piece has its own kind of like beauty and life cycle and collaboration process. So where we have the masks in Clench, we have all this beautiful artwork of Tyrone's in Finger Lace Crown. You know, so it's really like the needs of the project. like bringing in the collaborators. Like it's a lot of it's about getting the right people passionate about what the story we're trying to tell.
Yeah.
And in the case of Finger Lace Crown, because I'll bounce them off each other a little bit. With Finger Lace Crown, it was talking to Tyrone and being like, Tyrone, you know, I love your artwork. It really speaks to me, and I would love, and the journey that you're going on, you know, dealing with NFTs at that time, like that was a very hot button issue, and like exploring that through this story, and the fact that he was passionate about and excited to contribute was just amazing. And likewise, now bringing it over to Clench, you know, we're telling a much darker story, and it's like, well, what are the right collaborators and what's the right, you know, especially when you're working with volunteers and also without a major budget. You know, I've never had a budget. Yeah. I've never had one. Now, it's because like people confuse budget. I don't have a budget. I have some money. Like sometimes I have some money, and by some money I mean I've scrounged together a couple $100. Yeah. I mean I've gone into debt and have a couple $1,000, or like someone has given me, like donated some money and I can contribute it to the movie. You know, I've never had a budget where someone's like, you have this amount of money, now budget and plan how you're going to execute your vision with this amount of money. Never had it. Very jealous of people that have. So like. Yes, of course. Yeah. I've had a budget. I've had a budget on like commercial shoots, and it's been great. And like I've accomplished some really great things for clients and stuff like that. I've never had a budget on one of my films, and but that's definitely a goal. And so with no budget and things like that, it's really a matter of like, does this speak to the collaborators? Does this speak to the people that want to work with it? I write roles specifically for people. We were talking about Sarah before, and Sarah, you know, I wrote Bitter Taste of Ginger for Sarah to play Ginger. If she turned it down, I would have written a different movie. Yeah. It's not I would have found a different Ginger. It's that I would have made something different. Yeah. If Tyrone was like, I don't want you using my artwork, I would have made something different. Yeah. You know, so in so much with Clench, much the same. Like Sierra was Lav, you know, and it was, Sierra, are you up for a challenge? Do you want to do a horror movie? Like all those things. Yes, great. And then it was open auditions before the script was written. Yeah. And then I had people, it was the first time we did this process. We had people audition, and then from their auditions, and all of my regular players, the rule was all they needed to say in their audition video was, I'm ready for another one. Okay. That was their technical audition, was because I'm at a point now where I have so many people I love working with. I need them to at least put the minimum amount of energy to tell me they want to do another one. Yeah. And then I will make all the space in the world to make sure that I can get them in there. And there are a few exceptions. Like Marcy didn't make a video. Yeah. And that's okay. Like, I don't need Marcy to figure out how to do a self-tape and tell me that she wants to do another one when I see her in person, and she can be like, Brandon, I want to do another one. And I go, okay, Marcy, I love you. I can't wait. Yeah. But anyway, so in Clench, it finding the right collaborators in that, it was these people that auditioned, and then, you know, from that, writing roles to these people and finding the right room and space and kind of letting it organically happen. Like I knew what the film was. Yeah. And then figuring it out from there. And one of the collaborators that we got was this amazing artist named Daniel Passhouse. And I'm sorry, Daniel, if I mispronounce your name. I don't think I did. I think I got it right. Passhouse. Although Kate Hughes, again, our mutual friend, always corrects me. So, like, whatever I think it is, it's probably wrong. Yeah. But he is an amazing artist and filmmaker. And I had seen some of his, like, time-lapse films and a couple of his shorts. And I'd seen his masks. And we kept missing each other. Like, we were at the same film festivals, but didn't actually get to interact. And I saw his masks on Instagram. Yeah. And I was like, that right there, there's something in that's connecting in here for me. Yeah. For Clench. And he was one of the first people I approached, and I was like, I don't know entirely what it's going to be, but I know that this in it, that this needs to be a component. And and so he made some originally for the film, and he had some that he gave us. Okay. And yeah, I don't want to spoil more than that, but they're f***ing amazing. Sorry, are we allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They're f***ing amazing guys. They're great. And the thing is, like, when you work with people, especially on like that volunteer basis, again, it gets to a point where it's like you pay one person a compliment, and then it's like, I have 30 other people I want to pay compliments to. You know what I mean? And and it's like, so it's almost like organically, like, who can I pay a compliment here? Because it's like, I love my team and I love the people I work with, and everyone has contributed such amazing stuff to this movie. It's just like in Finger Lace Crown, but it's like, what are the components to bring this vision to life and to communicate this together in a communal kind of space? And yeah, so those fucking masks, they're awesome.
They're very cool.
They're very, very cool.
Very, very cool. Well, I'm very excited to see what comes of Clench.
Yeah.
So check out Fingerlace Crown on Amazon, and then look forward to the future. I'm sure Clench eventually, once it completes its festival circuits and all that good stuff.
We got some ideas in store for this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where. But Finger Lace Crown, we're not just like putting it out on Amazon. We actually have a distributor. Like, it's being distributed. This is the first time we have a film that's being distributed.
Yeah.
It's not. I've put movies on Amazon before. Please go see Macy on a Good Day and see Worry Doll, The Worry Doll. See The Ground That Sinks. These are all films on Amazon that I'm incredibly, incredibly proud of. And I put those out myself, and it's a different experience doing it for yourself and than it is to reaching out to distributors, and then a distributor actually picking up your film and say, we're going to put your film out. And so, we signed with Buffalo 8, which is a big up and coming distributor. They are involved in Terrifier 3 they had a hand in. I know the producers on it did.
Yeah.
Also, Anna Kendrick's film on Netflix was like one of their big claims to fame last year, which I saw. And now what's the name, Johnny?
Anna Kendrick.
Woman of the Hour. Woman of the Hour. I'm going to say, final answer, Woman of the Hour. Producer, can you look that up real quick?
Sorry, what?
Woman of the Hour, was that the Anna Kendrick movie on Netflix?
We're verifying.
We're verifying?
Yep.
Yes, I was right. Pulled it from memory.
Right.
From memory. Yeah. So I mean, having an actual distributor putting out our work, it's really exciting, because now it feels like we're developing a pipeline.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like we're making these things with no money. Like, it's like they're working with people, like they're talking to me about things like, to give you a little behind the scenes and my anxieties. They're talking about like, yeah, you should consider hiring a publicist and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I can tell that you talk to people with money, because like I heard that and I was like, I would love to do that. I would have loved to do that forever ago.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, but like these other films that they're working on had a budget and then have money afterwards. And it's like, and it's the fact that we're accomplishing these same things that these big movies are accomplishing with no money means that the sky is truly the limit. Once then it becomes, well, we have a proven track record.
Yeah.
We have a proven track record of the quality of our films and the fact that we're getting distribution, and we have that track happening at this stage. It's where it's no longer a gamble to bank on us. It's just who is going to be smart enough to actually give us the money to actually make them money.
Yeah.
You know, and that's exciting. Until then, I feel very poor.
So investors, check this guy out. He's going places.
Not just me, my team.
Get in on the ground floor.
I mean, I'm one of the first people, as egotistical as I am, to be like, it's not, and I just push it to be like, no, look, Sierra, right? I mean, Sarah, like these people, like on this film, Megan, my friend Dane, these people are like, they're going places. My whole my team, like any but of these people, like I get the luxury of being able to work with all these amazing people.
Yeah.
And some other people have been smart enough to also work with these people. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's, if they give them good stuff to do, they're gonna give them gold.
Yeah.
And so it's, I'll take some of it. Like, I'll be like, I'm
stuff.
going places, but these people, like,
Yeah.
pay the people that I'm getting for free, because they're worth
See, and this is
So
what I was
much.
talking about with that you have built this community and are bringing these people with you.
Yeah, as much as I can.
It's cool to see.
As
All
much
right,
as
so we have a brief little game. I wrote down some quotes from some of your movies, and I'm going to read them, and you have to tell me what movie they're from. See if you can remember
Oh yeah,
your writing. So this won't
I
even
think
be a
it's-
fun game because it'll be.
it's gonna be fun.
All right,
Maybe I won't know. I'll know.
maybe you won't. All right. Number one.
Mhm.
I need you to get my machete out of the closet.
Worry doll.
I mean, yeah, that was a pretty.
I need you to get my machete out of the closet.
No, don't do that.
Baby girl, the machete.
Stay on the bed.
Yep.
Pretty obvious.
Ryan McNamara said that. Sierra is in that scene.
She is, yes.
Sierra, when she was a little baby,
Yeah.
was in that scene.
And our friend Bill Gibson.
And Bill Gibson and Kay Hughes.
And Sid
Sid Stauffer, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sid Stauffer's great in that movie.
We haven't had Sid Stauffer on yet,
Oh, Sid, you're gonna get on
although
this.
she was here when Sarah Viteri was on the show.
Okay.
So Sid, we'll have to actually get you on the show
Sid,
yourself.
you're gonna come on the show.
Absolutely.
Talk about Worry Doll. Let's pretend Worry Doll never came out and start
Yeah.
like hyping it up as if it's a new movie.
There you go.
That'd be the
Then we'll do
best.
a
I would love
re-release.
that so much.
All right, the next one.
Oh, sorry. No one look.
Can we have some French fries, please?
Can we have some French fries, please? Mm-hmm. Oh, Macy on a good day.
Macy on a good day, yeah.
Can we have some French fries, please?
He's good. He's got a great. All right.
You're pulling some real just machete's easy, but French
Yeah,
fries, it's like
yeah.
it's like it's good. No, I like this game.
I'm
I like
trying
this
to do
game.
just a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
This one you'll probably get pretty easy.
Okay.
Our Roger told you quite a bit.
Oh, that's Bitter Taste of Ginger.
Bitter taste of ginger, yeah.
Our Roger told you quite a bit.
He told me everything.
That's Marcy's line right there.
Marcy, yeah. Fabulous
Yeah.
actress.
She's so good in that movie too. Her and Sarah, everybody in that movie's great.
All right, last one.
Her Roger told you quite a bit.
Chocolate. I don't just eat it,
Mm.
I savor it.
Yep, that's Sid playing Nadine, and that's a sexy scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
In the movie that we've talked the most about,
yeah.
Finger Lace Crown.
Chocolate. I don't just eat it. I savor it. I nibble the edges and suck out the filling. It's really making my palms sweat and my heart race. That's how much anxiety I have wrapped up in this.
Looks like you have more there.
No, that was just
teasing.
the four.
I'm ready. Like next time I come on,
yeah.
I'm just like, please do that because I wrote him,
Yeah.
and
Do it for Sid.
oh my gosh, if you
Once
did
it
it
comes
for
out.
the actors in it,
Yeah.
like which one of the movies? Because some of them are like 24-hour film race films, so they said them
okay.
once. Like there was no rehearsals. Like it wasn't ingrained in that kind of way.
Yeah.
I would love to be like. Yeah, I bet you could
That'd be-
throw some
yeah.
curveballs
That'd be a
at
fun game.
especially like Sarah and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
This has been an incredibly fun
Loved
time.
it. Yeah. Had a blast.
Check out Brandon, Living Proof Pictures, on Patreon. He's got a Facebook and Instagram. And check out December 5th
December 5th. Finger
on
Lace Crown.
Amazon, Finger Lace Crown.
For sure.
Don't miss it.
Yeah, love this guy. Right?
Everybody have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.
Flush it and get out of here. You've been sitting for too long.
Yeah, like
Go
stretch your
go
legs.
stretch your legs.
If you're pooping alone, you're doing it wrong. Don't poop alone, poop with friends. It's the number 2 show.